Hi guys, welcome to Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny and I'm so happy to be here with you today. We're going to talk about 3 important steps that you can take to get yourself back on track and on your soul's path. If you found this channel today, whether you've stumbled across it and it's just a coincidence, or you've been searching for this kind of information, remember that there are truly no coincidences when it comes to the earth dimension, and everything is a sign. It's the universe talking to you. So if you have come across this and me and my channel, Starseed Academy, I think that there is a reason for that and that you should stick around because there's probably some information in here for you. Let's now get into those 3 important steps to help you get on track and on your path. And we're going to talk about step number 1, which is healing. Yes, healing. I feel like I can just hear you groaning from here because that's not the most fun step. But we're going to get to super fun stuff soon. But this is the most important step. We can't skip it. It's the first step. Healing your heart is how you build a foundation for yourself later. So a healthy and open heart is the potential for the growth in your life, to find your purpose, to live a life aligned with that purpose, aligning your friends and your family and your relationships and your career, which I know is a big one for people wanting to work in their purpose and work with passion. The potential for that is all there if you build that foundation first. So that foundation is a healthy and open heart. When you first come to Earth, you are already perfect, whole, and complete. You're this beautiful, perfect little light of a soul. And you really can see that reflected in the eyes of babies and children. It's a purity and an innocence, and it's definitely beautiful and divine. And you came here that way. And so that is still within you. But what happens is over the years, just being exposed to this 3rd dimension of Earth, and society's expectations and their boundaries and their rules, and they're just so limiting in their beliefs, and all of that is piled on top of you, just layer after layer. Every year that you are here, there's just more and more and more, and it's coming from not just society, because we can just call the problem society, but what does that really mean? Well, it's each individual person in your life that probably doesn't realize that they're doing this or hurting you, but they are just dumping on you their expectations of who they think you should be, how you should act, especially in gender roles, well, girls do this and boys do this, and it's oh, okay, you're just this little kid. What are you going to say? Well, no, I know better. No, we're taught that too. We're taught that the adults and our elders are going to tell us the truth, and they're going to impart this wisdom of how we're going to be, but they're misguided a lot of the time. We really need to start to peel off of these layers. If that spark of that beautiful soul we came here as is in our hearts, then we need to peel away these layers that are on top of it so that we can shine in the world as our true selves. Unfortunately, negative beliefs become the norm. We then start to do it to ourselves. Other people abuse us, and then it becomes the norm, and then we abuse ourselves. And how do we do that? Well, the things that you're putting into your body that are hurting you, poisonous, toxic self-talk. Huge problem, not just with women, with all of us. We are all talking down to ourselves. Listen to that voice in your head and really think wow, that's mean. You don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to keep believing in these negative ideas about yourself that just totally take your power away and smother your light. We need to start recognizing it so that we can heal it. Bring it to light so that it can be healed. On top of this, most starseed will choose particularly difficult starts to life, like a particularly difficult childhood or a really tumultuous family, like a family that's just like all over the place. And we choose this because we know that trauma equals transformation. So if I didn't have the traumatic experiences and the difficult childhood that I had, I would not have been so pushed or felt so driven to then find, wait a minute, like this is too much. Like it just gets to a point where there's a breaking point. And then you're so driven to find your power and your truth and who you really are. And that leads to that beautiful awakening process. Like a diamond under pressure, where there's just so much that's built up, and then finally you just have that beautiful, diamond of truth underneath that's ready to shine through. And so we need to dig that up so that we can really become that in our lives today. What's going to emerge is our true self. And that is why when people have had like an awakening of consciousness, you'll often hear them say, I feel more like myself than I have ever felt. Because what we're trying to become is already within. When we peel away all of these layers of hurt and trauma, and we truly deal with it, which I'll talk about in a second, but underneath is our true self. So that's why they're always saying, oh my God, I feel so much like me. Yes, like the you that you were when you first came here as a kid, like free and like just full of life again and full of energy and hope. How do we go about peeling away the layers? So in a quick way to kind of, because we could talk about this for a whole video, but peeling away the layers that are on top of you is part of the healing process. And the way that you do that is you dig up the old memories or the old traumas that are lingering around and, really like bringing down your vibration or making you feel sad and just like very heavy. So you dig that up and you allow yourself to look at it. So whether that means journaling it or like replaying it, you need to look at it. If you just keep trying to avoid what it is that hurt you so much, it will continue to stick around and hurt you. So even though I know this does not sound fun and this sounds kind of scary, it's so refreshing. It's so empowering. Just please try. Please give it a chance. So if you want to do this in a safe place with a counselor or a therapist, that's fantastic. If you don't feel comfortable maybe sharing it with anyone and you just want to do this, on your own, that's okay too. So basically we're just digging up the things that hurt us, and we kind of know, what it is. There's probably more than one, but you probably know what some of them are. So just start there. Start with what you know, and you'll be surprised at what starts coming up. But start with one thing, just one. Bring it up to the surface, have a look at it, and allow yourself to feel the feelings fully. This is how you complete the cycle. So you're looking at this, you're remembering it, it feels awful. Let it be. Let it feel awful. If you need to cry it out or whatever it is that you need to do, feel those feelings fully. Allow that cycle of that memory or that experience to complete itself. Because once it completes itself, you can let it go. Then you're getting it out of yourself. It's no longer inside, weighing you down, covering you up. It's worth doing. So you can journal this, you can just talk out loud, you can meditate on it, you can talk to a friend or a trusted person. It's more scary to continue to avoid it than it just grows and grows and grows like the monster under your bed. Just look at it, just do it, just be brave. The way that I can let it go is by reframing it with a new perspective. So you're gonna thank it for everything that it taught you, because you remember now that you chose these difficult experiences because trauma equals transformation. So we're choosing this to help us transform later on in life. So likely a lot of this is childhood stuff, and that's okay. It was for me too. That's what we Starseed do. We just choose this extremely difficult beginning to life. And then we spend the middle of our life trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And then we get to this place of power, and everyone can get there. You can absolutely do this. You are amazingly strong. Be brave. I believe in you. Feel your feelings. look at this experience for what it is, which is not the end of the world, and just keep the lesson. Let the rest of it go. You don't have to hold on to that anymore. You do not have to walk around with all of this inside of you. So there are some healing modalities that can help you with this process. One of my favorite ways is Reiki. So Reiki is focused healing energy. I find that this is for me, this is the most powerful way to bring the stuff up, and then later, actually, it really helps to clear it away too. So it does a lot of the process. So if you're interested in Reiki, I suggest you look into it a little bit. It's actually the energy, the vibration of it is actually the wisdom of the universe and like life force energy. And so it's beautiful. I visualize it as like white light or like a golden sparkly kind of light. And it just flows through, bringing what needs to come out and kind of like healing what needs to be healed. It's also great for like removing any kind of blockages, like between your chakra centers or your energy centers in your body. If there's like a blockage and things aren't flowing very well, that can create a lot of havoc in your life. So Reiki is amazing for kind of like blasting through that. And I truly loved Reiki so much after having a few sessions. So I started to study Reiki, and I've gotten now to my 3rd level of Reiki. And so I've become a certified Reiki practitioner. I have my level 3, which is your advanced Reiki technique. And so if you're so inclined or interested in trying Reiki out, you can book a session with me for healing Reiki. And to do that, you just have to go to starseedacademy.org, and you're able to see in the healing section there the different services that you can book to help you along this process. This very important step number 1 of healing, which we are still on step 1. There are lots of different healing services that you can try, but Reiki, like I said, is so powerful. It's one of my favorite things to do and to help others with. So get on there if you're interested and check out that website. Another healing modality that I really love is working with crystals and stones. So I personally tried working with a lot of different kinds of stones and crystals. I think some work with Starseed energy really well. I do want to make a video on my favorites for Starseed. I have a couple that have just blown my mind with how powerful they are, and how, after wearing them on my body or carrying them around with me, or even just like sleeping with them by my bed or under my pillow, I start to see within a few days, within sometimes one day, like a difference in me, and like, stuff starting to transform or change, or stuff kind of coming up to the surface that needs to be let go. So I will definitely be in the future soon making a video on crystals and stones, because they are so powerful. And it's also just something that you can get your hands on now. Like, it's really just accessible for you. So it's a great way to start. And anyway, if you have any other healing modalities that you like that I didn't mention today, please comment below and tell us about them. Or if you've tried something that I did mention, let me know how it goes in the comments below. But definitely let's share with one another and build this community. If you've got ideas that you think can help others, let's help each other. We're all in this boat together. It's time to wake up and help one another. Just start today. It's never too late to begin to heal. It is the most powerful, beautiful thing that you can do, not only for yourself, but for the whole world. Okay, so let's move on to step number 2, which is cleansing. So now that we've dug up all that nasty energy, it's time to cleanse it away. Cleansing your energy is something that is really important to do anyway as regular maintenance. Our energy can become so overwhelmed just by being in the world, because we are always intermingling with the energy of others and environments, because there's no set lines around us where no one can get in. We're all influencing each other, which is kind of the point. So the energy that you're experiencing in your work, if say you have a negative workplace, or you have negative coworkers or a boss, or your friends or family, or even just environments that are really busy and hectic, can really make us anxious or put a strain on us. So it's really important to do an energetic cleansing on a regular basis for yourself anyway. So basically this is about making choices that make you feel good. So for instance, in entertainment, you want to be thinking about and being aware of the energy that you're exposing yourself to. So if you're watching like really scary movies or like gory, like brutal stuff, how do you think that's going to make you feel? There's also like, angry trap music, that's fun to listen to, once in a while. But if you're just constantly feeding that and pumping that into yourself and into your environment, you're going to start to feel angry. It just makes sense. There's also books. People don't think about like the influence of books because they kind of just seem so harmless sitting over there on the shelf. But if you're reading something like really depressing and like just a big downer of a book, you're going to start to feel really just kind of down and a little bit depressed even. So these kinds of choices that we're making are so important and so influential. Also, the choices that you're making with the food that you're eating. So you want to be choosing healthy choices with your food. Choose food that is full of color and vibrancy and food that's alive. Like alive food is going to make you feel alive. Dead food, like eating something that's dead. This should be self-explanatory, right? No wonder everybody falls asleep after their turkey meal. You just die inside. Not really, but it's very dense, very heavy energy. So really think about how you want to feel before you put something in your mouth. You can't always be perfect. This isn't about being perfect. Listen to your trap music once in a while. It's okay. Another great way to cleanse your energy is meditation, which does not have to be some kind of like guru confusing thing. It's just so simple. Just sit in a quiet space and listen to yourself breathing. If you don't want to listen to your breath, you can put on some nice quiet meditation music. You can also find guided meditations on YouTube, which can be really fun and helpful as well. But it's really more about like your intention and your consistency. So make an effort for yourself. You deserve it. I know that some people meditate like, for hours or like an hour. Like I don't personally. I try to like meditate on a regular basis, but only for like 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour. But if you just have 10 minutes, then just do it for 10 minutes. That's okay too, because you're making an effort and you've got that intention and now you're backing it up with action. You're going to get results. The last one that I'd like to mention is saging, which is just like the act of burning sage. It's actually called smudging. But this is something that breaks up the energy, kind of breaks away negative energy in the air. So you can sage a room. People often sage their new home or apartment before they move in. I like to sage my bedroom if I've had a bad dream or if I've been sick and there's like a virus going around. I will sage myself as well. So you can look into more of that. I won't speak too much more on it, but I do feel like it's definitely helped me in my life to refresh and rebalance. The next time you're feeling like drained or low, please try out some of these cleansing methods. Let me know what you think. As always, if there's something that I didn't mention that you think works really well, please mention it in the comments below. Now that we've healed our hearts in step 1, cleansed our energy in step 2, it's time for step 3, which is to activate your energy centers. So this is where you're going to be getting your chakra centers spinning and aligned so that they're all flowing together with a nice open connection. Then you can also work to get your root chakra grounded deep into Mother Earth. And so having a grounded root chakra really helps you to feel empowered and positive and confident and full of like passion and your purpose. And it's just so powerful. And alternately, having your crown chakra connected above into the higher dimensions is going to help you connect with your team, so your guides, your spirit guides or angels or whatever you believe that spirit team is comprised of. So your team and your star family, and also just the connection of the universe, like the great energy of all that is. So being connected to the higher dimensions is going to result in you feeling feelings like belonging and loving yourself and accepting yourself and really help to deal with that starseed loneliness. So that's basically your ultimate goal, would be to have a flowing, healthy channel of energy that can come all the way from the universe through your crown chakra, all the way down through to your root chakra, and then continue to be grounded into our Mother Earth. And so that is true balance. Healthy, vibrant chakras equal a healthy, vibrant body, full of positivity and optimism and energy. I have something really special for you today. I've created a guided activation just for you, and this is going to help you to cleanse, connect, and activate your energy centers. This is a free gift, and I'm going to leave a link for this in the description box below. But I've had great reviews, and I've also tried it myself. It's really, really strong. You're going to have a very powerful experience with this, but you are ready. You are ready for this. It is time for us to awaken and to help one another on our paths. What you're going to want to do now is make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you're going to see a link to that below. Click subscribe, and that way we can stay connected with one another, and you can follow me along on this journey. I have so many ideas for future videos to do with Starseed and all of the different ways that it affects the facets of your life, and lots of things, exciting things to come. So please make sure you subscribe. Also, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up below. You can also follow me on Instagram. So there's going to be more content on Instagram, Starseed Academy, and be sure to check out the Academy website. There's lots available on there for you to check out, and that is starseedacademy.org. I can't wait to hear what you think about the guided activation, and to hear about all of your amazing experiences, powerful connections that you are sure to have if you put the time and the effort into this. Reach out to me through YouTube or Instagram and let me know how it goes for you. I really want to hear about your experiences and what else kind of ideas you have that you'd like to see in the future for videos. I'm going to leave it there, my friends. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. But please remember, it's time to start listening to your heart and that quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. Bye.